Guys, this is Sam C. Wilson. I play Trapjaw in Masters of the Universe 2026 in cinemas at the moment. I'm here with lovely Michael, and he is the comic connoisseur. I'm happy to be talking to him today.
How you doing today, Sam?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah. My little one's in nursery, so I'm getting a bit of life admin done. You know, that kind of thing. Normal dad life. Normal dad life.
Well, okay, well, speaking of which, when did you first discover Masters?
When did I first discover Masters? So I first discovered Master of the Universe when I was quite little. I had an Adam toy in
Yeah,
amongst, but I had like a few toys. So I had like an Action Man and like a wrestling toy. There wasn't like one theme. Like I didn't collect like one type. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Do you remember when you go to the supermarket and you'd be like, okay, the WWE wrestlers
yeah,
had their like um quite a gnarly phase where they almost looked superhuman.
yeah.
And then so I had some of those. Like I had Mankind and Kane, I think. And then I had
Okay,
like Action Man. And then I had a Prince Adam. I didn't really know what it was. My cousin was older than me and he gave it to me. Um,
okay.
and then on when we got cable,
Yeah.
like old school
Mm-hmm.
cable, NTL, there would be some He-Man on then, He-Man and Masters of the Universe on then.
Yeah.
So I became like aware of it. And so it was almost like a legacy cartoon. It was almost a bit like the same kind of space where like Thunderbirds might be in my
Okay,
brain.
yeah, yeah, yeah. From
You know
that
what I
era.
mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Just because I feel like the Marvel comic books were really on the rise. I don't know how old you are, but I'm a 90s kid, really.
Yeah. I'm
So,
born from '85, so
okay.
I'm aware of the same generation of what you're discovering,
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
Yeah,
So like you would have been there a bit more on the turn. But like
yeah,
so I was born in 1990, right? So
yeah,
I was kind of like coming up like the in that kind of age when I was like just old enough to watch Saturday morning
yeah,
cartoons.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
big push was on. I mean, I really remember like X-Men. I don't
Yeah.
know if you remember Biker Mice from Mars.
Come on now, Vinny's my guy.
Bro, I literally want to play Vinny. That's what I want to do.
Oh, he's putting it out there. Comic Connoisseur first. Put it
Yeah,
out
come
there.
on. Like you can see
Yeah,
it. You can see it.
yeah,
But yeah, so I had the Biker Mice and like Street Sharks as well. Like that
yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of so I was big into them. And then I feel like I don't know about you, but around that era, He-Man was a bit more like some of the older kids knew
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
So I was very aware of it, but I wasn't like a kind of like active fan,
yeah,
really, because kind of Marvel had come in and like taken everyone by storm so much
yeah.
before the movies, even, you know.
That's interesting.
And Batman, of
Oh,
course,
yeah,
because then
Batman, obviously with DC
the
Comics.
old,
Yeah.
yeah, the old kind of legacy Batman cartoons. Do you know the ones with I forget the official name of the series, but you know the one where it's like
Batman the animated series, you talk about those
that's
ones.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, the one that's like done a resurgence recently,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
like they're all the colors are like block colors. Do you remember like
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah, that kind of thing? Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, I was really into it. I mean, I'm not like a die-hard fan, but I'm like I've got a lot of graphic novels here. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I've got some kicking around. Literally, I've got like my Watchmen by there,
Okay, yeah.
my Hellblazers and stuff. So I'm pretty. I love this stuff. You know, I do love it.
So you're clued up, you're clued up. Okay. In terms of your character of Trapjaw now, what did you bring that's different from what we've seen on him on the silver screen?
Yeah, well, so
Because this is, correct me if I'm wrong, this is Trapjaw's first ever live action iteration.
yeah, so one of the things was, and I think we spoke about this a bit before when we were the preliminary stuff. I know that like there are versions of Trapjaw in like the original toys, in the same way that they all have this very like base kind of like almost like gymnast come bodybuilder
Hmm.
frame. That's
Yeah,
like, you know, let's face it, like 20 years of steroids in the making.
yeah,
And for Trapjaw, when I first saw the mask, I realized that the angle that we were really, really leaning into,
yeah,
when I looked at like Cronus having had his jaw ripped off and all that, a lot of the really cool fan art that I was seeing when I was researching, and then they showed me the cast of what my face would look like.
yeah,
A lot of that stuff was very creature,
yeah,
like I was thinking like do you remember in the Fellowship of the Ring, like you know the boss Urukai when the
Yeah, yeah,
guy comes along with the big long thing, like when he has the handprint put on him, it's kind of like he's that he's that level of like, and one of the things that what a big reference for me in terms of how I was building myself for it
hmm
was in the film Gladiator when he takes on that one boss gladiator.
yeah,
It was almost kind of like when I was doing my research, a lot of the gladiators would be like quite barrel chested. They'd
yeah,
eat a lot. They were kind of strong men, but they
yeah,
weren't like ripped and that functional. They were big, hulking
yeah,
um, juggernauts of men, really, and really without without like massive amounts of CGI or a bodysuit or just hiring a kind of 20-year in the making bodybuilder. I wanted to bring that kind of creature who's like got lots of augmentations and
mm,
all of it kind of hurt. Like there's no
yeah,
anesthetic. Like I kind of had the idea that he's always in pain. His
yeah,
face is green because all the engine oil from the helmet is into his skin here. Like it's really uncomfortable. Like he
yeah,
can't even sleep. You know what I mean? That was kind
yeah,
of I wanted him to be like like a lot of people have made the Freddy Krueger reference actually.
yeah.
Not one I had thought of, but it was definitely that region of like creature.
Because the way you were moving, especially in the film, because I've seen it twice now, and you
Mm.
was moving very like methodic in a way, and you look like you can see that you've made that movement a part of the nature of how you was moving, and I liked that. And I was like, even when you switched the arm, you can see the change. Like,
I'm so glad. Do you know what, mate, Michael? I'm so glad you saw that, man, because I spent a long time walking along. I would walk along with like one dumbbell in my
yeah,
hand to see what it did to like my
I'm
posture.
seeing that because obviously I'm an actor as well, so
Yeah,
I'm watching your movement, the physicality behind it, the movement. Even when I remember the scene with Idris Elba, if I remember correctly now. Even with your head, you did this as well, so you can
yeah,
see.
and kind of constantly
Yeah,
readjusting,
yeah, yeah. I
and
see
like
these things. Yeah,
I used for that as well, Michael. I used quite a bit of Andy Serkis's work in Planet of the Apes.
yeah.
Like
Okay.
the I tried to do some chimpanzee to basically like to keep my head in the like he has to keep it stable or else because I kind of had the idea. Okay, let's imagine which parts of his body weigh load. So the legs weigh a lot.
Yeah.
No acting required there, by the way, because those legs, those those legs did weigh a lot. You know,
Yeah.
the arm I had to imagine weighed a lot.
Yeah.
Um, but they gave me some like the end. Whenever I had the gun on, it would actually be a gun fitting. Or if
Okay.
I had the hook on, they would give me that silver hook to hold. So I had the end. It's the green bit in the middle, but I had the ends at all
Yeah.
times and the transitions of CG. But the endings, like the knife, the hook, and the cannon, I had them there. So I
Okay.
could kind of, they were helpful. But I
Yeah.
had the idea that if his head went too far off to the edge, it could weigh him down. So
Yeah.
I had him like, no matter what position he was in, try and keep like I imagined that there was like a kind of puppet string up here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought to myself, it's not every day you get to play a flat out creature like that, and I may never. I mean, I hope that I do, but I may never get that sort of chance to really just all that animal studies and creature work that you do in drama
Mm.
school.
Yeah.
And frankly, it's a fun idea that you might get to use it one day in private, but really to be given a part where you can just go, do you know what, mate? Come up with your creature work. You're the authority here. I mean, Travis really let me come up with how he moved and everything, and he just went for it, man. He really let me do it all. And the voice, I kind of had him going like as if it's all just like a groan and it hurts. And he let they've kept all that in as you have seen, like
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Fantastic. It
like
was
all that.
great because just watching you do your scenes and everything like that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when you were on screen, you were on screen. Like, you physically were on screen. You brought Trapjaw to life, and I liked what I saw there. Like, I didn't. Well, definitely I couldn't see you in that character, but what I liked is you added elements of you to that character, so you guys are one and the same. If that makes any
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
So
yeah, no, it
yeah.
does. It's a big compliment. Thank you, Michael.
No, thank you, guy. Like for me, I'm a huge fan of Masters of the Universe. So the fact of the matter is that you've done justice to a character that people may know about or may not know about, but you've done justice to that character. You know what I mean? And you brought him to life. Which leads me to the next question now. So let's say now, Masters of the Universe is done £1 billion in the box office and everything like that. Now they've come to you now and said, look, the fans are loving Jaw, and you know what, Sam, we want to do a spin-off. Where would you like to go with the character? What story would you tell about Trapjaw?
Oh, I mean, it would have to be like I would have to say Origin.
Ah, yes,
Um,
yes. From the New Wave comic, I've read it
you
as well.
know,
So
yeah, it would have to be the Origin because I went in because obviously when I was researching it, I thought, okay, I've got the part now. Let's really
Mhm,
take this seriously. You know, if it was
mhm.
another part, if I was playing some sort of diplomat or something or a teacher, I would, I'd go and find out who they were. So I thought, well, let's not, let's make people will know the lore around this guy. Let's really research
Yeah,
him. I didn't want to take the piss. I didn't want it to be like, oh, okay, so it's a creature, so whatever, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, this means a lot to people.
yeah,
Like, give it the same, like, attribute it the same homework that you would do for, like, I don't know, a more kind of serious figure from history or something. I thought
yeah.
it's not my job to go, no, I'm above that. I wanted to
Mm.
like go, no, no, let's do it properly, because it's right to do that, and you know, so I kind of sometimes I'll be self-deprecating about it, but I really did, want to do a good job for it, and I so I would love to do about like him rising up against Skeletor
Yeah,
and then having his arm and then I'd quite like the version of him before becoming more bionic
yeah,
to be kind of less evil and
mm,
more scheming.
yeah,
So like maybe he's a bit of a thinker because I don't think you become like the because he's got all of his guys and he's like in charge of them. So I
yeah.
don't think he's an idiot.
Well,
Um,
where it left me in the comic from what I read, it made me feel like, cool, Skeletor's done this to me now and everything like that. I'm still scheming behind him. I'm gonna work with him and everything, but I'm only working with him for now until I take over. And you didn't give that exactly just to it yet. Obviously, there's more story to your character because we're still establishing the world of Eternia, all the other masters, the villains, the rogues gallery, and people getting reintroduced to Skeletor because he's mostly known as the meme of until next time. Gah, 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 gah. But you as Trapjaw, no one really knows that character, and you made him stood out a lot, especially your beef with Man at Arms. Yo,
yeah,
that
yeah,
scene.
it's great, isn't it? Because they kind of I love what they did there with the structure of the story because they kind of like it's a bit like Skeletor and He-Man,
Hmm.
and then like head of security, head of the military. Um, I feel like the two generals. That's how it felt when I looked at it
Yeah,
all as a big piece. Is like Trapjaw and Man at Arms. So I like the idea that Trapjaw kind of respects Man at Arms in a way because they're both the heads of the armies. So they're
you
like the
had
head of
beef
the
with me. You
military
had
in,
beef.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like they're like like the hero and the villain, and then you've got like the heads of their respective armies. And I
yeah,
I,
yeah,
I,
yeah,
I like the idea that Trapjaw was after Hitman at Arms mainly,
yeah,
like because he's like, oh, apparently he's a great leader of men. I don't think he's that much, and I quite like the idea of like Trapjaw. We have like a cutaway to his jaw coming off, and then back to real time, and he's still scheming against Skeletor. Do you know what I mean?
mm.
Like I think there's just. I mean, look, I'm going to be biased. I'm going to say that there's loads and loads we can do with Trapjaw. Why don't we have a whole series while we're at it? But
Oh, because
um,
Trapjaw's origin story, those that don't know, I'll be more than happy to tell the story of it, but it's very compelling and it brings much more life to him. In terms of your stunts now, did you do your own stunts or did you have a stunt double for you doing the stuff for Trapjaw?
So in a sense, it's a complicated answer because I had a stunt double, right? But
Hmm.
what they ended up so I want to give him the appropriate credit because Miles Lee is
Hmm.
my stunt double,
Yeah.
and he came on a little bit after I did because they needed to find a guy about my height.
Yeah.
Um,
You're tall.
yeah,
You're a tall guy.
he was much slimmer than me, bless him, Miles. So I think I had to start I had to start like trying to cut a little bit whilst also getting big on top. And Miles was having to try and get, I mean, it's all a, you know, who knows. But
Yeah.
we he came on and his job was to basically be there,
Yeah.
but to make it to train me
Yeah.
so that he didn't need to do anything, but then him be stood there ready to go, dressed as me. But there's a couple of cuts where uh, they're tumbling around in like a centrifugal bit in the spaceship at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, a
Yeah.
lot of the close quarter stuff, me and Idris,
Yeah.
but the stuff where it's like panned back and I'm getting fully ragged around there, and the bit where I get where Adam has the power, becomes He-Man, and they all go fully flying. That
Yeah.
is real. That's not CG, and that is Miles. So the bits where you think, "Oh my God, Sam, if he landed wrong, would have been out for the day," and
Yeah.
that's that. That's Miles taking the hits. And the
Freak.
rest of the time, he was right there between takes, telling me what looked good, you know, really good job on the head thing. Like if you get hit here, like, but in the end, they ended up using a huge amount of what I did, but I was only able to do that because Miles had trained me for months. So
Yeah.
huge props to him. He ended up making me look very good. So, but the fans will be relieved to know that most of the fight stuff they use is close up, and as a result is me. But anything really far away where it looks like I'm getting very badly hurt, poor
Yeah.
old Miles was having to do that, and that's kind of that's a pretty typical case,
Yeah.
apart from John, who just decided to do everything for himself.
Yeah, John was telling me that he done a lot, a majority of all his stunts and stuff like that. But he also, because we also mentioned you in conversation, and he mentioned how you look like an ox, like in the gym. Like a lot of people were working out and everything like that. But he mentioned you particularly. He goes, "Yeah, Sam, he was like an ox." I go, "Seriously?" He goes, "Michael, he was big." I go, "Wow." So
Yeah, I got strongman big. I mean, I was lifting on. I don't know if you gym, but on the dumbbells, I was getting 60 per arm.
oh wow,
Like kilograms for the. So like, what would that be? Like 130 pounds or something?
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it was like. I mean, I'm way slimmer, weaker now, whatever. But at the time, I was just like, I was enjoying it though. I was kind of getting quite a lot from it. But yeah, I'm looking at some photos of myself from last year, especially while we were filming. Like, Michael, I was not looking too hot, mate. I was like, I was eating a lot, training a lot, but kind of like big and swollen. And then they shaved all my body hair off. And so I was like bald and pale. And because I was like blue, you know how people use that Bluetooth
yeah.
to make their teeth white. And I did the same, but on my skin, so I was just like a pale blob, man. I was not. I was. I mean, bless my fiance. She's really stood by me through some pretty unfortunate times. But yeah, man, it was good.
That's what it was. Seeing you on the screen and meeting you in person on the day of the premiere was a day of celebration. It was truly a
Oh
day of
yeah.
celebration. Trust me. The whole the whole event of it all was great. But has there ever been a time in your life where you've come across a situation and went, yep, that's what got you into acting, or that's why I'm an actor.
Um. So, like, is there a situation that makes me realize, okay, that's why I'm an actor, kind of
Yeah,
thing? I think maybe like I gave a speech at a wedding recently,
yeah.
and now I kind of, it's not always been the way though. I used to get quite nervous, but now I really kind of, it's fine. I find those situations, I find a lot of things very nerve wracking. I can become quite an anxious person, really.
Mm,
But in that particular thing that a
yeah,
lot of that most people would find very nerve wracking, for some reason I feel in my element and grounded in that moment, and I think, okay, yeah, I'm doing the right thing. Or particularly like when I see you guys at the premiere, and you're like, we're out the other end of it, and you're like smashed it. I'm like, oh my God. I'm hearing it from like fans. It's like it's amazing because That's all you want to do is, I mean, I think for me, right, I watch cartoons
Yeah,
every day before bed. It's like I don't drink. Instead of having a drink, I'll watch an episode of something.
yeah,
These things bring me a lot of peace and calm.
yeah.
So I enjoy that I can be a bit of it for other people. Genuinely, I really mean that. I kind of it. Someone's got to make it.
No, trust me. Like for me, when I find out Masters was coming out, I remember in my head I think to myself, okay, cool. I need to do a breakdown of all these characters. I need to start talking about particular storylines and this and that, this and this. Then I figured, okay, cool. Let's find out who the actors behind these characters are. Then when I came across your page, I was like, okay, this is interesting. Hmm. Okay, cool. You're playing Trackjaw. And in my head, I thought to myself, he's played a very methodic character. How is he going to pull this off? And I was very interested to know because in my head, I went, he's got a difficult job here. And I'm excited. You don't understand. For me, I was excited because I've been watching Trapjaw since I was a kid. I've been reading about Trapjaw since even up to now. So now it's on the big screen. He's never been on it before. Now that weight, that big boulder was in your hand to deal with it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, when I was watching the attack on the palace scene happen and you and Idris were fighting each other, I was literally just taken away. I was not once that whatever. Da, da, da. I liked how your physicality behind the character. I liked what you did. Even when you met Prince Adam and you changed the hand, the arm changed. And when you try to change the arm into the cannon or into the blade or to the hook, anytime you did something like that, it was creme de la creme because it felt, oh my God, this is feel like it's just been ripped out from the comics or taken from the cartoon and placed right in front of us. Nothing's changed. It's like a seamless transition. And you did that, you orchestrated that well. So all I can say is thank you, Sam, for doing
Oh,
that
bless
proper
you,
honor.
Michael. Thank you, mate. That means the world to me, mate. It really does. Genuinely. That's not me just going, oh yeah. You know, actors sometimes can say, "Oh, thanks very much. We do it for the fans."
Yeah.
You know, one sort of geek to another. I'm really honoured, mate. It means a great deal to me that people enjoyed it. Yeah.
If there's a dream role for you as to aspire to, or you feel like you're on your way to that trajectory, what would be your dream acting role be?
My dream acting role. It's a really good question. Do you know what? I think I would like to play um, a um, a, a boxer, um, but I would because I used to box,
Yeah,
never to a particularly good standard.
yeah,
I was all right by normal people's standards, but
yeah,
like pretty shit by professional boxing standards, but I would love the challenge of having to get into that shape, but then also kind of like a biopic, you know, like so
yeah,
little bits of the fighting, but
yeah,
then mainly I've become as I've got older more and more interested in the fallout of a sportsman's career,
yeah,
as particularly some of the more trouble sport, particularly like golfers,
yeah.
boxers, people who are in solo sports. I
Hmm.
think they have an incredibly difficult time between fights or when they retire or whatever. So I think that I mean I would love to play like Henry Cooper
Mm.
or one of these old school heavyweights or I would secretly like to play Lenny McLean, who's like you know the old underground thing. I would just I'd find like because he was involved in like the London underworld and stuff. I
Hmm.
think I would just
Bare
being
knuckle
able to like
boxing as well, all that stuff.
yeah man yeah all that kind of I just think that doing a part that required something of you physically
Yeah,
there's no doubt. I think I wouldn't have necessarily chosen that before, but I think that um, now having done a thing that required a lot of me physically,
yeah,
on the other side of that,
yeah,
the fact that the fight scenes and the physicality or whatever are what people are kind of talking about,
yeah,
and actually you realize that a lot of the acting can be done I always used to have like okay drama is here and here and then fighting's fighting but
hmm,
actually you can get so many character beats done in the way you fight and all of that malarkey as well. And so I would really love. I mean, or to be like, imagine if Gladiator had never been made and they
Yeah.
made the first Gladiator. You know, like Maximus. That kind of character would be amazing. But unfortunately, I think Russell Crowe has us all out of a job there. I don't know. I don't know. But whatever the whatever the equivalent of a kind of a hero who's not necessarily an amazingly good person,
Yeah.
that would be a really cool thing to get stuck into. But
Fun fact I'm gonna share with you.
yeah,
I'm gonna
go
share
on,
a fun
go
fact
on.
with you. I did a boxing short film not too long ago.
Can I watch it?
Yeah, I'll send that to you. It's called Punching Bag. Um, it's about a boxer that was dealing with mental health and he's also like basically self-harming himself and trust me, it's a whole palaver. It's amazing. I'll be more than happy
Bro,
to share that with you.
send that to me. I didn't realize. I mean, that's essentially what I've just described.
Yeah. So I was telling this, I was thinking, oh, I've done
Oh
that.
yeah, send it over, Michael. I'd love to watch it.
Yeah, I will send that over to you, definitely. Yeah, because
Yeah,
I find that as one of my the director's Rob Ayling. He's an amazing writer and director of the short piece, and it's shot on 16 millimeter film.
wow.
Bam, trust me, I can say this now, hand on the heart, it's one of my favorite pieces of acting that I've done in a long time. And a lot of blood, literally blood, sweat, and tears were put into that film. So yeah, I remember for me to do that film, I went on a sugar-free diet for about 6 months, no sugar.
Christ, wow, well done.
Yeah, it killed me. Trust me, it killed me.
Bro, I'm literally saying that, eyeing up some like Percy Pigs I've got. Bless you. Well done,
Uh,
mate.
So just hearing your stuff that you're going through as for your development of trap jaw, the physicality of it, the stunts and everything like that. Because I had no stunts, man. I had to do my own stunts for the fight scenes. Some of the punches I received in that film was real. Some of them were because I'd done boxing beforehand. I did
Mhm.
all my movement, everything, the physicality behind it.
Did you do it? Did you do it when you were a kid?
And no, I started boxing from 2011. And
Wow. Okay.
I've had a fair share of my bouts, a very good fair share of them. So I still practice to this day. So even later on tonight, I'll be going boxing training myself.
I
So
bet you. I bet you. Something tells me.
yeah,
I don't know why. Something tells me you can pack a bit of a punch somehow.
I'm just a friendly guy.
Oh yeah. No, I know you are, but I something tells me that uh we wouldn't want to cross you.
No, well, we don't need to worry about that anyway. I'm a guy that loves comics, anime, and computer games. So at the end
Oh,
of the
bless
day,
you, man.
yeah, you know what I mean? So hearing that was like, oh wow. For me, my ideal role that I would love to do is play Yasuke, the African samurai that came to feudal Japan. So
What? That's a real person.
yeah.
I'm Googling this now. African samurai in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Aske. Oh my gosh. There
Don't
it
you?
is. Well, that's my afternoon. Oh my gosh. 1579.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Um, I'm going to read up all about that. I hope that you get that made.
Yeah, well, I would love to have the opportunity of me doing that because that would be a phenomenal thing for me. Because me going to learning the Bushido art, martial arts, even the swing of being a samurai, wearing the samurai armor, the culture embodying of being of feudal Japan of that time. It would be beautiful. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. I'm going to start thinking about how I can make that happen for you if I can. I'm going to start
Well,
see
thank
if I
you.
can put you in touch with anyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, yeah, amazing idea. I think you'd be a brilliant African samurai, man. That's not a question. That's not a statement you get to say to people very often as well.
Like since you were talking about boxing and everything, I think to yourself, you know what? I just want to share that with you because I thought,
Yeah, bro.
yeah,
I mean, I found it here, punching bag.
yeah. I'll send you the link because that day I don't think I have access to it where we see it. There's been talks about it, but because at the moment it's doing its run in the festival, so it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
available
cool, cool,
anywhere
cool.
yet. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
man.
was
Yeah, yeah. Send it to me, man. I'd love to see that.
fantastic. Okay, cool. Which leads into our next question now.
Yeah,
Um, now this is a trick one, but for the fans, Adam has gone around talking to the masters and giving them these type of names that's not actually their names. But
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
he doesn't know the villains and anything like that. He doesn't know Skeletor's real name and anything like that, but he's given them these names preset fixed.
Hmm.
So we all know him as Trapjaw, but what is his real name?
Cronus.
Bang! See, there's it. I knew you knew it already because you said it
Yeah.
earlier, but I just wanted to ask you anyway.
Should
See,
we give him a surname?
yeah, actually, let's give Cronus his no surname.
Cronus Begonus.
Cronus Begonis.
It's a terrible surname. Cron, Cr- Cro- Cronus Mandible.
I would say Cronus Tech.
Cronus Tick. Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Cronus
Boy,
Tick.
wait, I like that one, Cronus Tech. So when we
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
oh, because how he's portrayed in the comics and everything like that, I know. I'm glad that even when you mentioned it and you mentioned his backstory, I was like really enamored and taken back by it. So I was like, oh wow. So like Sam, seriously, again, I just want to say thank you, and behalf of me and the fans that have watched you on screen, you interpreted that character very well.
Guys, go watch Masters of the Universe in cinema. I've been Sam C. Wilson. Lovely Michael, the comic connoisseur, has been interviewing me. I've had such a great time, Michael. Thank you so much, mate. And lots of love to you all. Take care.
Thank you.
Cheers.